we're just talking about Smash Brothers. I know you guys, everybody definitely feels like Smash Brothers is a part of the FGC. So, there's no issue with us talking about this. But, but so it came out recently that, Smash Brothers Ultimate hasn't received any support in like a year. When Sword came out, Sakurai, hit the deuces, dropped the mic and walked away. And they hadn't supported the game since. But even though they haven't been supporting the game in a year, it's still selling like hotcakes. In the last 3 months, it sold over 710,000 units. And within the year, it sold 3.82 million. If you compare that to like other fighting games, Tekken 7 then sold 9 million in its lifetime. You also got like MK11 and sold 15 million in its lifetime. And Street Fighter has sold 7 million in its lifetime. So we got a game like Smash Ultimate that's selling half of what Street Fighter has sold in its whole lifetime in a year for a game that's not even supported anymore. In that time frame. So it just, I ain't gonna say it begs the question because it's not like it sticks out at you. I mean, I just came up with the question. But so do you guys think we'll ever see another fighting game like sell the way like Smash Ultimate does? I mean, this game is just, it's a game that's not even being supported anymore. It's selling like 3.8 million. So starting with you, Mr. Gamer.
That's a hard one to kind of think about. I want to say yes, and I want to say that game could be Street Fighter 6, but at the same time, the thing that Smash has on these other games is the fact that it's multiplayer on a scale of more than 2 players at one time. So that right there automatically kind of puts it to a level where it's like more people are probably going to buy the game overall because it's like it's not just 2v2 online because a lot of people play Smash in person, split screen style, but also the fact that it's on a Nintendo console, and it's Smash Brothers. And talking about support, no support for a year, it's like, what else support can y'all get? The game got 100,000 characters in it already. Like, who else y'all want at this point? Y'all want Michelin Man? Y'all want Pepsi Man? Y'all want
100,050.
Pepsi Man, probably.
Y'all want the 7-Up dot from back in the 90s? Y'all want him as a character? Like, let's get
Chester Cheeto.
Let's get Chester Cheeto in there. Tony the Tiger. I don't know what the leprechaun is.
Count Chocula in there.
Count Chocula. It's just like they got so many characters. Like, what else you gonna do? And again,
King Vitamin from the Vitamin series.
I mean, you might as well put the ain't that little chicken over on Sanderson Farm chicken? Put him in the game. It's like at this point, it's just so many characters.
The cows from Chick-fil-A.
Like, what else can you do? And I really, honestly, if I'm being honest and thinking about what I just said with Street Fighter 6, the only game probably will come close to that is like the next Smash Brothers. And I mean, at this point, who knows if it's gonna be like this game? What if they reboot it? What if they reboot the series? What if it's like only 20 characters this time? I don't know. But I just feel like it's just people love Smash, man. People love Smash Brothers. Ultimate is like probably the epitome of Smash, I would say. Just looking at how the community has responded toward the game being out, all these characters. I don't know, man. It's gonna be hard to beat though, man. I mean, in a year, this game did 3.2. Like, that's wild. Street Fighter 6 been out for like how long? Since 1870, and it's like 6-7 million, and it did like half.
1870.
It did like half of what Street Fighter 5 did, and on a year, that's crazy, man. 3 months, 700,000 copies. Man, I don't know, man. It's gonna have to be something it might only be another Smash Brothers. Like I said, this Street Fighter 6 could be it. I think this Street Fighter 6 is gonna be wild. It's gonna be crazy. But man, Smash Brothers is Smash Brothers. We all know that. Like,
if they make another Smash Brothers, it's either gonna have to be a spin-off, like something that is just not like a mainstream Smash, or they just gonna have to be like Smash Brothers Master Collection.
Smash Brothers
just
Master
really
Collection.
Go full out of just like, look, we got everybody from Aunt Jemima to
Uncle Ben,
the Goodyear tire dude in the game. So it's really gonna have to be Mugen.
I
We're
mean,
gonna call it the Master Hand Collection.
It's really already there, honestly. Like, what game you know?
You gonna walk with Texas Ranger?
Hey man, I don't know, but I just really think it's gonna be another Smash game. I just don't. And plus, it's family. It's like probably the most family friendly thing when it comes to children. Like, hey, mommy, I want to get Smash Brothers. Like, I feel like a parent would probably be more inclined to get their child Smash Brothers than like Street Fighter, or especially MK. Because I mean, one, Mario is still kind of the poster boy for them. They see Mario. Oh, if it's got Mario in it, I know it's kid friendly. While you got Snake over here chokeholding somebody like Debo, you know.
Yeah, I'm already programming my son. I got him watching Mario Odyssey walkthroughs, and I'm like, one day I'm gonna just pop in with Smash Brothers, and he'd be like, "Is that Mario?" Yes, it is. Grab the controller.
And you know what? That's actually another good point that I was talking about. Somebody else with earlier, another friend of mine. Mario, Nintendo games. Mario if he's involved in something, just print money. It just print money and make copies, sell copies. So that also just I dare say that if Smash Brothers wasn't involved with Mario, like if he wasn't in the game, it probably wouldn't sell it well. That could be a wild, far-fetched claim, hot take, but I feel like that could be a thing. It's got Mario in it, you know.
He the foundation.
Yeah.
He the foundation.
Mario has made so many games. This man is in fighting games, golf, baseball, basketball, soccer, Olympics, racing, RPGs. If he's tired of something,
Super Nintendo, they had so many Mario games.
Yeah.
They had Mario Paint. Like you paint with Mario.
Mario Paint, Mario Paint, Mario Hotel, Mario Music Maker. If Mario in the game, it's gonna sell copies, man.
Mario late night Waffle House runs.
Like dare I say, he takes other. He took Rayman's universe and like, give me that. It's my game now. Like Rayman, like, bro, but what about me though? I want a cool new 3D adventure. No,
nope.
So I don't know if I see it happening unless it's another Smash, man.
All right. Well, it's on you, Deacon Suspenders.
Well, you know, man, going back to what Mr. Game and Lift said about Mario being in the game, I think that's 100% true. I think that if Mario wasn't in the game, Smash wouldn't do as well, I think. And the reason why is because, number one, like you said, Mario's like the poster boy for like Nintendo in general. So him not being in the game while other characters were in the game would be really weird. Like, we'd be like, wow, y'all put like Samus, because of that, you know, a lot of people didn't like know what Metroid was. You know what I mean? It's like, Samus, where's that character from? Like, some people knew Star Fox, but then, you know, like Link, but Mario is the most recognizable. And I think that kind of like keys into the fact that that's what like Smash is in general. And that's why Smash continues to do well, is because people gravitate to what's familiar to them. There are so many familiar faces in the Smash game, particularly this one, because like there's like I said, there's like a million characters in the game. You got like Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Like, we can start there. Like Sora, I mean, come on, man. Sora, like, that's like a whole like untapped market of fans that people like don't even really like didn't really know about. You know what I mean? Like, well, a lot of people didn't know about, but they're pretty vocal. The Kingdom Hearts like fan community, the Final Fantasy like community, like fandom, got Cloud and Sephiroth in there. People who play Street Fighter. I mean, there are already people who are playing Street Fighter playing the game already, but then you got Ken and Ryu in there. They put Kazuya in the game, you know, but it wasn't even just like they were just like, okay, well, we're just going to put the character in the game and we're not going to do anything particularly special with him. Nah, like, they're like, okay, well, if you do like the moves this way, you know, you get this result. But if you do like the actual input, like, you know, you're actually rewarded for doing the inputs for like some of these characters, which just made it more, it even like cooler to play those characters, because now you're like, oh, well, it's almost like I'm like taking my skills from another game and just using them in this game. Like, you know, like Terry Bogard, you know, like another character that's really recognizable in the FGC. So, you know, I mean, Minecraft Steve, I mean, I wasn't particularly excited about Minecraft Steve, but I do understand that there were a lot of people who really were like excited that Minecraft Steve was in the game. So like, for some reason, I don't know, but like but he's in the game and he's familiar. Like, Minecraft is like a familiar thing for a lot of people, a whole lot of people. So I mean, Yeah, I think like that's one of the big draws for like for Smash games. I think like there's always going to be some, like, if somebody looks at a game, even if they don't buy it, there's going to be somebody in that roster that they're going to recognize. Like, there's going to be one recognizable face because, like like Mr. Gameless said before, it's like 1870 since they've been making Street Fighter games. So, I mean, you're going to be like, most people are going to be able to recognize Ken and Ryu. Like, just to be like, that you don't even need to be looking. You hear them go, Hadouken! And you're like, what's that? Oh, I know what that is. That's Street Fighter. Nah, man, it's Super Smash Brothers. They put Ken and Ryu in Smash Brothers. And then next thing you know, they're going off and buying a Switch and then what's called. Yeah, exactly, Rex. then the next thing you know, they're at GameStop. They're on Amazon buying a Switch and a Smash box and a copy of Super Smash Brothers just to play Ken and Ryu. So yeah, man, I find it very believable that Smash continues to sell, even though it's not necessarily getting, that kind of, like, they're like, oh yeah, we got another character come out. They're like, this is the roster now. Yeah, I would definitely agree with Mr. Game and Lift. I would probably
question, sir.
Huh?
Do you think another fighting game is gonna sell like it?
Yeah, I'm saying I agree with Mr. Game and Lift. I think that the only other fighting game that could sell like that would probably be another Smash Brothers. Maybe like I would want to say like maybe another Marvel versus Capcom game, but I don't know.
God, stop getting my hopes up.
Maybe another Marvel vs. Capcom game, because those are some seriously like recognizable characters. And I mean, Marvel vs. Capcom, just like
when they're getting me excited, man. Could you imagine the hype of Street Fighter 6? Knowing it's gonna come out and be flames, and then next thing you know, they like, look, MVC4.
Right.
We ain't listening to Disney. It's like, oh my god, bro, it would be like the best day ever.
Yeah, that would be pretty lit. Like, I mean, would they do something like that? Maybe, because it's not, you can't really discount it, right? I mean, like, we're still like in an era where like Capcom versus SNK 3 looks like it might be a pretty good possibility. So anything could happen, right? But you know what? I like that game, but I don't think that would sell as much as a Smash game, though. I mean, that's the unfortunate. There's always something weird about, but you know what? King of Fighter 15 is pretty popular, so, but I still don't feel like it would reach that same kind of height. I would say that the only things that could reach the height of something like Smash Brothers now would be either another Smash Brothers game or a well done Marvel vs. Capcom game. One that doesn't look disgusting. So yeah, man. That would be my hypotheses.
Man, I'm telling you, like, there has not, just for me personally, that time where the day was going in, the tournament was going in with Ultra Street Fighter 4 and MVC3, UMVC3. The FGC ain't been hyped like that since, bro. Like, that mess with that. Yes. Anyway, let me go ahead and answer the question. I don't believe another game will sell like that. I mean, if we look at history of our games and stuff like that, now Street Fighter is definitely trying to take it to the next level with Street Fighter 6. You can tell they're trying to make it more than a competitive fighting game. You got your World Tour mode. They're online. It seems like the whole online aspect of the game is going to be very vast. The story mode is going to be amazing and stuff like that. The customization we already see is like off the charts and stuff like that. But honestly, I think the game that could actually sell that much is the games that are right now proving that they are selling the highest within the FGC. And I think that's a very good Mortal Kombat game. I mean, Mortal Kombat is the one that sold the most out of all these games. It sold 15 million in its lifetime. So that's the one that's seeming like it has the most prospect to sell the highest amount of numbers. Now, I personally just can't fathom or understand why an MK game is selling so much. I just don't understand why. I don't know what chokehold NetherRealm has over the masses to make so many people buy an MK game. I just don't get it. I don't know what the nostalgia factor is for it. I mean, I can understand with like Smash because like growing up, you know, if your parents cared about you being not seeing nothing that was too violent or crazy or nothing like that, they would do like my parents did. They went and bought me a Game Boy Color, you know, a Game Boy, some type of Nintendo system. So if you're in that category, I mean, you know Mario. So um you would play all those games and stuff like that. And then when they announced Smash and it was like, hey, all these characters, you know, y'all could come together and duke it out. I mean, it was just like, oh my gosh. Cause you know, like me when I was growing up, I got into, you know, Nintendo, Mario, Pokemon, and all that other stuff before I got into like Marvel. You know, before I knew who a Superman and a Batman and a you know um Captain America was.
Those first two
Like,
are DC, sir.
well, yeah, that's why I went on ahead and did Captain America. But yeah, so or Spider Man or you know Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom. There you go, E. But before I even knew who those were, so it's just I know a lot of people grew up like that because I mean, we see just the community of Smash Brothers. These people watching these games. I mean, it's so many people. So yeah, man. I mean, I could see how Nintendo is getting all these people to continue with Smash, but I just don't see how it's happening with MK. But if it's anybody to do it, I think they could do it. You know, and then you know Ed Boon. You know, he's adding in nostalgia characters. I mean, I don't think it's not too many people that you could ask who don't know who Jason Voorhees is, unless they're like mad young. You know,
Yeah.
I could see people not knowing RoboCop, maybe even Freddy Krueger, but he's adding people in these games and stuff like that that you know. I mean, you know, um, no, Kratos was in Soul Calibur, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Yep, using
I
Soul Calibur and Mortal Kombat.
yeah, he was in Mortal Kombat too. I was thinking he was. So they're even adding in characters like that. So you know, and it's not like MK is like the hardest game to pick up. I think that might be another thing that's in his favor. It's you know it's a combo system. Like it's not hard to pick up a MK game and do a combo. You know, punch, punch, back forward, punch. You know, it's not hard. So you sit there and you look at a Street Fighter or a Tekken command list. You just put the controller down, hit the light on the system, take the game out, and frisbee it out into the abyss. But bro, I saw Tekken command list when I was young. I was like, cut the game off, take it out, go ahead and put back in this CVS Capcom versus SNK 2.
Would you believe me if I told you I think that 3D like Tekken combos are way easier than Street Fighter combos?
No, I wouldn't believe you. But and then
I
back
think there's
then, like
a
Tekken, they wouldn't even explain it. Like you'd be seeing like this long combo, then it's a star in the middle. Like what the star mean? Like I don't see a star on my controller.
I can definitely vouch for that one. Took me a while to figure out that it meant go back to neutral. Like then I was like, what is neutral?
Like, I mean, it's like, you know, don't
Not
press
gonna
nothing,
start.
man.
Like,
I'm
am
not
I
gonna
gonna do
start.
all these combinations of like back, forward, up, down, left, right? Then all of a sudden I'm gonna hear and be in star mode, and I can do the rest of the combo. Like
This guy.
You know, don't
like,
forget they had two stars, the white star and the black star. So that was like, well, what is it? What the colors differentiate mean?
as a kid, you would think it mean anything. You'd be doing
Yeah.
all the combinations and think like, okay, do I just do this? And then I scream out loud, and then I go back and do the like, you don't know what that mess means. But yeah, so yeah, I could see MK like that. You know, they're kind of easier to pick up and stuff like that. So yeah, I think a MK game would be the one to do it. And then if the rumors are true, and they actually got a Marvel versus DC from NetherRealm, that could possibly do it too. So, you know, depending on how they do the game, I mean, if they actually do Marvel versus DC, it is lit.